Welcome to the Introduction to FITBIR video. In this video, I will give an overview of FITBIR, discuss the consent language, GUID, CDES, submission schedule and policy, next steps, and contact information. There will also be 2 demonstrations during the video. FITBIR stands for Federal Interagency Traumatic Brain Injury Research Informatics System. It is a collaborative biomedical informatics system designed to support research in traumatic brain injury to accelerate scientific discovery and treatment. The mission of FITBIR is accomplished by the following. Number 1. Definition of standards to enable cross-site meta-analysis and data comparisons. Number 2. Deployment of useful suite of tools, named BRICS, for community adoption. Number 3. Promotion for sharing quality research data throughout the traumatic brain injury research community. Number 4. Central repository and portal to phenotypic, genomic, imaging, and pedigree data. Stakeholders. FITBIR is a collaboration between NINDS and the DoD. Our program directors are Dr. James B. Phillips from DoD, Dr. Patrick Belgowan from NINDS. On site, we have Dr. Matthew McAuliffe, who oversees the BRICS development. BRICS modules. The Biomedical Research Informatics Computing System, also known as BRICS, is a set of software modules that help us create the system of interconnectivity and collaboration among the research communities. The different modules provide a combination of web-based functionality and downloaded tools that support data definition, data contribution, and data access throughout the research lifecycle. Let's go through each module. Data Dictionary. This module is used for defining and validating data. You can create, manage, search, and store data elements and form structures. There is also the ability to create unique data elements. Data Repository. This module is the central hub of the BRICS system, providing functionality for defining and managing information and for contributing, uploading, and storing the research data associated with each study. GUID. GUID stands for Global Unique Identifier. It enables data to be associated with a research participant without exposing or transferring the research participant's personally identifiable information, also known as PII. It is generated from the PII, but the PII cannot be recovered from the code because it is generated using a one-way hash function. Proforms. This module is a web-based data collection and research application organized by modules to help researchers manage individual studies, subjects, electronic case report forms, data collection, define electronic case report forms, schedule and collect clinical data, and then export, analyze, and report on the data. Query tool. This module allows users to search for studies, and/or forms, join different forms, and filter data by any data element or value. Accounts. This module provides the tools for managing individual user accounts, profiles, privileges, roles, and passwords. Also, this is where you will submit your data access and/or data submission documents. Provisions for data submission. With submitting data, there are 3 key elements to keep in mind. First, consent and GUID. All human data must include a FITBIR GUID. Data submitted to FITBIR must not include PII. Second, CDES. FITBIR contains templates for data submission utilizing the TBI common data elements. The use of these forms are highly recommended, and the use of additional forms will require programmatic approval from DoD and NINDS. Third, raw data. All data collected on human subjects enrolled in the DoD or NIH-supported research are expected to be provided. The data cannot be aggregated or summary level. Consent language. Sample language has been developed for discussion of FITBIR and informed consents. For prospective studies, subject consent forms should include language similar to the following. All links with your identity will be removed from the data before they are shared. Only de-identified data, which does not include anything that might directly identify you, will be shared with FITBIR users and the general scientific community for research purposes. A certificate of confidentiality has been issued for FITBIR to protect the identity of research participants within the FITBIR system. Global Unique Identifier, GUID. This allows researchers to share data specific to research participants. It correlates participants across studies without exposing PII. GUID generation complies with HIPAA regulations for the protection of PII and PHI. FITBIR cannot accept data without the GUID. There is language that can be shared for the IRB. It is important to remember that PII is never stored within the FITBIR system. PII needed for GUID. There are 8 pieces of information needed to generate a GUID. Number 1, the complete legal given first name of the subject at birth. Number 2, if the subject has a middle name. Number 3, the complete legal family last name of the subject at birth. Number 4, the day of birth. Number 5, the month of birth. Number 6, the year of birth. Number 7, the name of the city or municipality in which the subject was born. Number 8, the country of birth. The GUID client. The GUID client is executed by the user. It requires a double data entry. There is an option for batch uploads. The FITBIR team understands that the participant data needed to generate a GUID may not be available. To account for this, FITBIR provides the capability to generate pseudo-GUIDs. However, the creation of pseudo-GUIDs will need approval from the respective grant funding agencies. Common data elements. Common data elements were created by working groups in a formalized process in order to create standardized definitions and guidelines about the kinds of data that should be collected and how to collect this data in clinical studies for TBI. It is FITBIR policy that researchers conducting NIH and DoD-supported TBI human subject research are required to use the TBI Common Data Elements, CDES, in an effort to create standardized definitions and guidelines about the kinds of data that should be collected and how to collect this data in clinical studies of TBI. TBI Core Common Data Elements. Core CDEs can be viewed as a foundation for all CDEs. They are important for data harmonization and data compatibility across multiple studies and multiple diseases. General Core. This is a data element that is required for all NINDS funded studies. Disease Core. These are data elements defined essential information applicable to any disease-specific study. It is a small subset of the available CDEs. It is anticipated that investigators collect the data based on disease core CDEs. TBI core CDEs on FITBIR. NINDS CDE project defined a set of core CDEs to collect essential information applicable to any study. Examples of the general core CDEs and forms include basic demographic information and basic enrollment data collected from all study participants. Examples of disease-specific core CDEs for traumatic brain injury studies include CDEs for the Glasgow Outcome Scale. NINDS recommended TBI forms. On the FITBIR website, there's a list of NINDS recommended TBI forms. To locate the TBI core CDEs on FITBIR, go to Data, slide down to Data Dictionary, click Data Dictionary, and click Core CDEs, and click on TBI Core Common Data Elements. To locate the NINDS recommended TBI forms, go to Data, slide down to TBI forms, and click. Here is a list of NINDS recommended TBI forms. Data submission schedule. All data is expected to be submitted on an annual basis. For more information when to submit your data, please reach out to your science officer for further guidance. As of now, NIH clinical trials will follow the annual submission schedule. For DoD clinical trials, even though the submissions are to be done within a year from the end of their period of performance, study teams are strongly encouraged to engage with the FITBIR operations team. This would help gauge the level of effort needed with regards to data submission to FITBIR. FITBIR data submission process. There are 5 steps in the data submission process. The first step is sharing, which includes sharing the study's case report forms, also known as CRFs, with the FITBIR operations team. Making sure the protocol and informed consent documents have FITBIR data sharing language. Verifying that all the PII required for the GUID tool is included in the study's IRB and is being collected. The second step is defining data, which includes cross-mapping data elements from CRFs with CDEs, identifying unique data elements, also known as UDEs. The third step is programmatic approval, which involves reaching out to CCCRP for programmatic approval to create UDEs and form structures. The fourth step is form structures, which involves creating UDE form structures using identified CDEs and UDEs. The fifth step is finalize, which includes cleaning up and curating data for upload. Attempt to pass validation before final upload. After the 5 steps are completed, the data can be uploaded into FITBIR. When all the data has been submitted, the study closeout process can begin. Study closeout process. There are 4 steps with study closeout process. Number 1, confirm final submission to FITBIR. Number 2, additional validation checks are performed via automated scripts developed by FITBIR. Number 3, study closeout report is developed. Results are provided for each form structure submitted. Number 4, study team resolves items found during study closeout process. Digital Object Identifier, DOI. A DOI is a unique string of letters and numbers used to identify an article. A DOI will be assigned to the study after the first successful data submission to FITBIR. This DOI should be cited across all associated research study publications. Along with the DOI, all investigators are expected to acknowledge the FITBIR informatics system in their research study publications. Public access site. From the FITBIR public site, you can access videos, the portal and tools, SOPs, policy and agreements. To find the FITBIR website, open any browser. Type fitbir.nih.gov. Press enter. This brings you to the home page of the FITBIR website. To find the videos on the FITBIR website, go to How To, slide down to Videos and click. This brings you to where all the videos are stored. To find the SOPs on the FITBIR website, go to How To, slide down to SOPs and click. Here is where you'll find all the SOPs. Next steps. Your next steps are to, number 1, review the FITBIR website. Number 2, create a FITBIR account. Number 3, review your protocol and informed consent documents. Number 4, cross-reference your data collections forms with the NINDS TBI forms. If you have any questions, please contact FITBIR Operations. Thank you.